Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're gonna discuss the biggest game that happened over the weekend, and the first game that we're gonna begin with is that PSG played against Monaco.
Yeah, the final score was 2-0. PSG lost that game, and I think Monaco did a really good job, especially the coach. He came tactically prepared. Niko Kovac, he knew what he was doing. So yeah, you can go into more detail.
Yeah, when looking at the XG, the goals expected, PSG had 0.95 and Monaco had 1.06, which is not significantly a lot, but this just shows that Monaco, they used their chances very well, and that what PSG were poor at in this game, that they were poor in finishing their chances, because the most dangerous moment that PSG had is the chance that Moise Kean had. He was inside the box, he didn't hit not even the target. It was widely big.
Yeah, also something I noticed is that, since Monaco really closed down Mbappe that hard, all the other players at PSG had to work way harder. They were way more active and way more dynamic. So I think that was something I noticed, and Monaco really risked, putting all their defenders on Mbappe in order just to stop him, but it paid off, so yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're right. PSG, they were very aggressive, and also one of the biggest things that was in this game, PSG, they committed high number of individual errors as well. They lost the possession, but they also attacked down the left side as well. But that's the flank where Mbappe plays, and it's not a surprise. From the last game where they played against Barcelona, they played well, but in this game, Niko Kovac just came with a very smart approach. So he used 3 center backs, 5 midfielders, and 3 strikers up front, 2 playmakers under Ben Yedder. And actually, the man of the match in this game was Maripan. He scored the goal, and his rating is 8.0, and he scored a very good goal.
Yeah, I think also it's fair to say that Monaco implemented long balls pretty good, since they didn't have the ball for too long. As soon as they got it, they just looked to play it up as far as they can, so yeah.
Yeah, and they were also creating good chances from the flanks. They were crossing the ball well, and they've been pretty good from set pieces this season as well. And in this game as well, they were having set pieces, and they were creating chances from there. Also in this game, PSG, as you know, they did control the ball a lot, but Monaco they gave ball away to PSG, and PSG were able to control the ball. And in this game, PSG, they favored long shots as well.
Yeah, I think that came down to the fact that they didn't have Mbappe that effective, so they had to do whatever they could to score. And with Monaco playing a 3-4-2-1, the center of the field was pretty closed down, so what they could do is just try to shoot long shots.
Yeah, and it's visible because PSG, they had 10 total of the shots, and when you look at the XG map, you can see that most of them came from long range shots as well. And what else did we not mention? And yeah, the first goal was scored by Diop in the 6th minute. It's another French youngster, and Monaco in this season, they're actually looking promising. And didn't they even win the first game, I think?
3-2 or something.
3-2, yeah. Something like that. So yeah, and as we already mentioned in the last video, we did say that PSG are kind of struggling in the French league right now. They're dropping points, and they did drop one. But I don't know, usually the teams that play Champions League games like this, usually they are very exhausted after those games, and they just lose their league games. And yeah, after this game, with this huge big win with Monaco, they are getting closer to the Champions League zone. Do you think they can keep it up?
I think Monaco is capable of it, and their coach is experienced if you think about it, because he's already managed at Bayern Munich, so he knows how to use players. But I think they have to rely on their star players that they have in their squad. For example, if Ben Yedder steps up and things like that, I think they're capable of it.
Yeah, and actually after this game, it's a huge loss for PSG as well. Now they're 3rd in the French league. They have 54 points, and Lille are kind of, I don't want to say running away with it, but they are 4 points clear in the first place. They have 58 points, which is very surprising. And yeah, to talk about Monaco's form right now, so in the last 6 games, they actually collected 16 points, which is not a joke.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, and I think if they keep it up, they could be up there, putting pressure on Lille, who are currently first, and I think that comes down to all the talent that they have in the team right now. Lille have a very strong squad. Even in the attack, they have a lot of depth. For example, they have Burak Yilmaz, they have Bamba, they have Jonathan David from Canada, and they even have Timothy Weah, a young American who's also scoring.
And those strikers that are well known, they can score a lot of goals.
Yeah, exactly, and they're not lacking in the midfield either. They have Yazaji, Ikone, Renato Sanchez, the failed wonder kid that's now getting his feet back together. So I think they're good. Even their keeper, Mike Nan, 25-year-old French goalkeeper who's surprising everyone.
And it's also surprising another thing that, French league finally has a title race, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen that since the last time Monaco won the Ligue 1. So yeah.
Another game that I want to talk about is the game that happened in Bundesliga this weekend. Bayern lost to Eintracht Frankfurt, which is a huge upset. The score is 2-1 for Eintracht, and their XG for Eintracht is 1.91, which connects well with their goals. They scored 2, which just shows why. And Bayern had 1.55, which is not a big difference, but they were able to score just 1 goal, and this just shows that they were poor in finishing their chances.
Yeah, it shows that, Bayern did create chances, but they just couldn't put them away. But yeah, really quick, I want to mention the formation that Eintracht Frankfurt played in. Both Frankfurt and Monaco used the same formation, a 3-4-2-1. And, they used this against the top clubs because the 3 in the back are really, specifically marking certain players in attack, while the 4 in the middle are helping out both in attack and defense, and the 2 cams, or maybe sometimes the players that drift wide, they're there to help out in attack. So
finally Eintracht are back in the European competition zone. They're 4th, I think, right now. They lost just 2 games, and they're close being in the Champions League, but they do drop a lot of points this season.
Yeah, I think they're doing a really good job as a team right now. They have a couple key players. For example, Kostic, I think he stands out a lot for me. He has really incredible pace. And then another player that had pace in that game was Sane. We saw him win the Man of the Match award. He had an 8.6 rating, and he was the one that gave the assist and the only goal that Bayern scored. He got the ball, basically dribbled down the flank, dropped one of the defenders, went in, dropped another one, and then cut in and passed it to Lewandowski, who just put it away.
Yeah, it was a beautiful goal. And in this game, Bayern actually did rely on the individual skills. They were creative, like they relied on goal scoring opportunities through the individual skills that their players have. But this season, Eintracht, some people say that they're very physical and aggressive, but in the last games they showed and proved that they can play like attacking football as well, fast flowing game.
Yeah, also as we know, Joachim Löw was also there at this game. I think he was specifically watching Jamal Musiala, since there's a lot of rumors between the German and the English national team fighting over who he is going to represent.
Yeah, but I think Germany needs him more because England has so many young talents exactly in that position and for those roles. I think he would play a lot more games in Germany. But the beautiful goal that was scored in this game was by Amin Younes. It was a rocket. Even Manuel Neuer, he just looked at it and just couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, that was the second goal that Frankfurt scored, and that gave them a very comfortable 2-0 lead. And I think they had the upper hand. Bayern had a lot of catching up to do. And I think after that point, they started playing way better. But that was not enough, in my opinion. We saw players like Sane, Alphonso Davies, they were trying to showcase their individual talent. Even Kimmich, he was trying really hard, but yeah.
Yeah, and in this game, Bayern, they favored crossing the ball as well. But Eintracht, they had so many high shot frequency when they were in possession. That means they weren't just passing the ball for possession, they were doing it to take a shot to create a chance in the attack.
Yeah, the XG shows that really well.
Now we're gonna jump into Serie A. It was another huge game this weekend. Inter played against Milan. This was an important game for both of the teams because both of the teams are in the race for the title. to win the Serie A this season. Milan were just doing very well during the season. They were in the first place and they were keeping it up, but they did lose to Spezia, I think, in the last game, and now they lost to Inter 3-0.
Yeah, I think this was just Inter dominating AC Milan. As we know, Lukaku had a very good game, and so did Samir Handanovic, the Inter goalkeeper. I think he won man of the match, in fact, with a 9.3 rating, which is really high for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, I can explain this. This is explainable, and I wouldn't say Inter dominated this game because, I mean, Milan did control the possession in this game, and then they did steal the ball often from the opposition, and they were actually creating so many chances. Like, there was one moment when they had two chances under 20 seconds, and Handanovic just made two amazing saves that just proves why he has this 9.3 rating.
Yeah, also, I think we saw not AC Milan, Inter Milan play through the middle more, which I think worked out really well for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Antonio Conte philosophy. They concentrated, they did what they do well. They played counter-attacking football, and as you said, Lukaku did very well. And yeah, his third goal was amazing. It was a nice finish. It was a counter-attack. And yeah, talking about the XGs, expected goals, Inter had 2.96 and they scored 3, which is also explains itself. But I mean, Milan, they were close, as XG shows, scoring a goal at least, because they have a 0.71. I mean, they did have few chances, but unfortunately they couldn't finish their chances in this game.
Yeah, I think Milan might have deserved a goal out of this game. And, Inter Milan got dispossessed quite a bit of times as well, so...
Yeah, I mean, but it's a huge win for Inter as well. I think they met in Coppa Italia previously, and Inter won that one as well. And now Inter are in the first place in Serie A. But it's not a big gap between Milan and Inter. We know, I mean, sometimes Inter are just so inconsistent, they do drop points that are unnecessary.
Yeah, especially right now with Juventus catching up. They won their last game 3-0 as well. Ronaldo scored 2 goals and McKennie grabbed a goal as well. So I think this might be a tight race with AC Milan, Inter, Juventus, and even Napoli all fighting for it.
Yeah, and I was actually very impressed, again to repeat, Handanovic had an incredible game and made some nice saves in this game. And now let's jump into Premier League, to the Merseyside derby. It was a huge game. Another one. Liverpool played at home against Everton. This was a huge win for Everton because I think last time when Everton won against Liverpool at Anfield, I think it was 1998.
Something like that. And I think the credit should go to Carlo Ancelotti for this game because I think he had the perfect tactical plan for this match. They were very defensively solid, Everton.
They were very organized in defense.
Yeah, Liverpool's attackers couldn't really, get a fresh breath of air or anything like that.
Yeah, and Everton, they won 2-0. Their expected goals ratio just shows it. It's 2.01. It's just spot on. But Liverpool also, there wasn't a big difference. Liverpool had 1.54. But this also shows, just like Bayern, it's nice to compare. Liverpool were poor finishing their chances in this game too.
Yeah, scoring 0 goals but still having a 1.54 expected XG is pretty high. And I think Liverpool might have been able to do more if, they had their key players back and stuff. But, that's always just an excuse that you can't really back up.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I agree. But also, in this game, a goalkeeper played a huge role. Thanks to Pickford, he made some amazing saves. One in my memory that comes to my mind just at this second is where Henderson took the shot on the volley. It was a nice shot, but Pickford, it was like cat reflexes. He just dived into the lower corner and he got the ball.
Yeah, and he was actually the man of the match in that game. He had an 8.1 rating, so I think it just shows a wonderful display. Even though they were strong in the defense, Pickford still had his work cut out for him.
Yeah, and the first goal was scored by Richarlison in the first half. In the beginning of the game, James played a wonderful through ball. And in this game, Everton, they put an accent on those through balls, long balls, that turned out very well. And the second goal, they scored from a penalty. It was a penalty. I mean, the referee did go and took a look at it in the VAR, but yeah, I think it was a penalty, and Sigurdsson scored the penalty.
Yeah, I think overall it's just a wonderful display from Everton. Liverpool is just not doing good right now.
Yeah, their last games kind of, yeah, they're struggling.
Yeah, they did beat Leipzig though, so maybe they will get back on track. We'll just have to wait and see, but it's not looking good for them.
And looking at the Premier League table, it's so unlikely to see Liverpool in the 6th place right now. And West Ham, they won their game. And like, the team never qualified for the Champions League, and now they're 4th, which is a kind of a little sensation that David Moyes does this right now.
I think it's all going down to Jesse Lingard, in my opinion.
No.
Yeah, but no, all jokes aside, Jesse Lingard is in great form right now. He already has 3 goals and 1 assist on his name for West Ham. I think it's great to see, in my opinion, but no. Seriously though, the Premier League, it's looking like, Man City's gonna win again.
Yeah, they're, I think, 10 points clear.
Yeah, and I think it's only fair. They're in amazing shape right now.
They beat Arsenal 1-0.
Ilkay Gundogan is in the form of his life right now, and so are the other players. But yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, and it'd be more interesting to see who else fights for qualification for the Champions League.
Yeah, Man City did not lose a single game, but for sure, yeah. I mean, Everton is also up there. They're close.
Yeah.
In that range between 6th and 4th place. Tottenham are doing bad. They're in a bad form right now, losing points. They did lose to West Ham, but at the end of the game, Mourinho said, "Of course, I'm unhappy." And he said the way that his team played, he said that they did deserve the win.
Mourinho is that type of manager. He always backs his team up. He always, if anything happens, he's there to take the blame, or he says that they deserved a better game or something, but that's just the type of manager he is, and at the end of the day, he can really say whatever he wants to. It's the final result that matters. So
yeah, but I mean, about this game, it's a historical match for the team. Carlo Ancelotti and his team players, they did deserve this win, and congrats to Everton fans that they finally beat Liverpool at Anfield, and the things are going well. And actually, it's very exciting to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think the Premier League started getting boring recently, I feel like, in the last couple of years, but now it's finally coming back to its old shape. Teams are always, fighting for it, and now we have Everton beating Liverpool, West Ham also playing good, so I think this is a good time.
Yeah, and Leicester, they're 2nd.
Leicester is showing just lovely football right now. Jamie Vardy is, I think, criminally underrated. He has the most goals against the top 6 teams in the Premier League, which is an insane statistic. So
yeah, I mean, speaking of Leicester, they're playing well. They adapted to Brendan Rodgers' style. They had to change since he came to the club, but now they're winning, and they're just in the race for the 2nd place against Manchester United.
Yeah, to be fair, I love what Brendan Rodgers is doing over there at Leicester. He is using his young players a lot, and that's just wonderful to see. I think he is there to stay long term. That's how I see it, because Leicester is, throughout the last couple of years, they're turning into a top club right now.
And yeah, this is it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and leave a comment down below. And what did you think of these games, and what stood in your mind the most?
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We always appreciate all the views, and it'd be really nice if you guys left a like and subscribed. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.